Hey guys, if you're shopping for knives and gear, make sure you check out the description of the video you're watching right now for a link to my Amazon store where I've compiled some of the very best items available, including some of my own personal recommendations. Thanks! What's going on, YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I have a truly legendary unboxing to share with you guys. As the title and thumbnail suggest, we have 5 MEDFORDs to unbox here. You guys probably are seeing this card right here. It says, subscribe to Dirk Warning on YouTube. Number 1, Dirk Warning is the person who actually sent these MEDFORDs along. And number 2, his channel, when I first took a look at it, it had about 650 or so subscribers. And I looked through his content and I thought, oh my goodness, people really need to know that this guy exists. He's trying to get to 1,000 subs right now. At which point he'll be giving away something amazing, which we're going to talk about. But his channel is one where the content is very unique because of the knives that he's showing. He's somebody who likes to acquire really exotic things, really interesting things. And I had a really good time going through and watching a whole bunch of his videos. So let's support this channel. Let's help him get to 1,000 subs. Number 1, thank you for sending this stuff. But also, just so you guys can get some more entertainment from another amazing knife channel. Seriously, subscribe to Dirk Warning on YouTube. Thank you so much to my generous patrons who are supporting me right now. If you'd like to get your hands on some of these cool stickers and some other exclusive benefits, there is, of course, a link down in the description. The support would mean the world to me. We're going to go through and check these out one at a time. If you are interested in MEDFORD knives, I'll leave a link down in the description so you can check them out. The first one here, I've got Dirk's notes off to the side. This is a USMC MIDI, M-I-D-I Marauder. You can see that beautiful, oh gosh, that beautiful USMC logo right there. By the way, guys, I've already been into these, so I'm sorry to rob you guys of the the initial impressions, but it was on a Saturday and I needed to get into them. And some of you guys may have, you may remember that I showed one of these off as kind of a teaser in my live stream, but take a look at this Vulcan blade. Oh my goodness. So the MIDI is a sort of medium-sized Marauder. I had a full size, and I gotta say, this size is really, really great. This is, I believe, 190,000 throughout. So it's kind of like the 187 series is 187,000 throughout. I think it has the same idea between the tie scales and the blade. But this particular version has a really, really cool Vulcan finish on it, and then kind of a subdued handle here. And then, of course, the emphasis being on that USMC logo and some additional flaming on the pocket clip. This is absolutely wonderful. Can't wait to talk about that. This is a variant of a Marauder that I have not talked about yet on the channel. Moving on here, this next one, another very beautiful piece. This is a MEDFORD Praetorian Genesis T with some beautiful, beautiful flame work. Let's go ahead and get that blade out here real quick. Awesome Tanto blade in S35 VN, and again, Vulcan. I don't see a lot of S35 VN blades with the brighter colors. It's my understanding that the more stainless steels that MEDFORD uses, it's harder to actually achieve some of these brighter colors. Steels like 3V, CPM D2, they bring those colors out a lot more. So this is really impressive. And take a look at that pivot there. Oh my goodness, they managed to get gold, blue, and purple all in the pivot. Hardware is bronzed, pocket clip is flamed. Absolutely wonderful. So the T, it's my understanding that the blade is about 187 thousandths or 190 thousandths, and then you have the thinner titanium. And actually, the titanium is really not that thin. It just looks thin because of the thickness of the blade. But this is not, you guys remember I had a full-size Praetorian tie and a full-size Praetorian T. This is kind of a medium-sized Praetorian, and the size actually makes it a lot easier to manipulate. The T-sized blade, or the 187 thousandths or so blade, actually does come down to a reasonable cutting edge. So despite what people think about the Praetorians being, not usable, yeah, absolutely. They do come in some pretty crazy configurations, some more or less usable, but very impressive in any case. Moving on here, I think you guys will really, really like this one. First time I've ever handled one of these. This is a Praetorian micro tie, meaning full thickness on the blade. And scales actually I'll hold it up against the Genesis T. You can see there, this shorter one is actually thicker in blade and titanium than the Genesis T. And then this one has a 3V. That's what it means there. MKT dash, I believe it says 3V. Yeah, Tanto. So look how thick. This is what I mean. You know, people will say, well, some Praetorian variants are just so thick behind the edge. This is still a usable object for sure, but for me, this is something I'm just in awe of, because it's funny to have the full thickness Praetorian in such a small pocketable package. I mean, it's very, very thick, but actually it does go in the pocket pretty well. Oh my gosh. Check out that, it's kind of like a rock pattern on the blade. Little bits of subdued anodizing there on the inside of the pivot. And then of course some amazing vulcanization, even though that's not really a word, on the blade. Some sort of dark, almost gunmetal, mixed with some subdued red and maybe some orange in there. Very, very cool. And then of course we have a flamed pocket clip. This thing, I have had a lot of fun just handling that guy and just enjoying it. Let me make sure I gave you guys all the details on that one. Of course, the full reviews will be, all the information will be included in the full review. Let's see here. Micro, yeah. Okay, yeah. I gave you all the information there. Moving on here. Open this guy up. So excited. This is another Praetorian. This time another Genesis, but in full thickness, much like this guy here. So this is the full thickness Praetorian Genesis. You can see here, I believe this was actually ordered especially for Dirk, Mr. Dirk Werning. Newer model with the serialization on there, but this beautiful black, it looks like a PVD blade with S35 VN, and then we have the titanium. You can see that the pivot is actually marked on this guy, TI, blacked out hardware, lanyard hole on the glass breaker, this awesome sort of, I always forget what they call the texturing here, but these waves and sort of zigzaggy waves. This thing feels amazing. And I mean, like, just the finish and the texturing that's going on in the titanium just feel amazing to the touch. And so this guy is the same size as this one, but in the same thickness as the micro, which is really cool. My experience with the Praetorian was, up to this point, was limited to the full-size Praetorian T, which is the thinness of this guy, and the full-size Praetorian tie, which is the thickness of this guy, but both of them were much larger, and it's really interesting to handle a lot of these medium-sized ones. And I'm quickly realizing that the Genesis is much more of the friendly size, in terms, if you really want to carry a massively overbuilt knife and carry it, right? Like actually carry it. The medium one actually makes a lot more sense, and even the small one actually makes a lot more sense. All right, the final one here, guys. One that many of you are going to recognize because I previewed it in the live stream. This is quite possibly the most insane MEDFORD that I have ever seen. This is a special version of the Praetorian Genesis called the FAF, or Friends and Family. We're going to talk about that here in a sec, but let's take a moment to appreciate this blade. Oh my goodness, what on earth? I described this in the live stream as a blade that actually looks like it was impregnated by the essence of magma and fire. This is just stunning. I've never seen a blade like this. Absolutely have never seen a blade this colorful and vibrant. I owned a MEDFORD full-size Marauder with a beautiful Vulcan blade, and I was so impressed with it. And truthfully, guys, that up to that point, that was the most beautiful blade I'd ever seen. It does not hold a candle to this guy. On top of that, we have polished and flame anodized titanium scales. Sort of a subdued bronze in the back. We've got polishing on the back of the backspacer / breaker, polishing on the spine, and then some beautiful additional flame work that's going on the pocket clip. And of course, anodized, well, at least the back side of the hardware is anodized here. The flame work even extends partially to the external stops up here, which is just ridiculous. Can we get a close-up of this blade where you guys can actually pick up the details? This Vulcan work that's done on this is just ridiculous. So this is a very rare version of the Praetorian Genesis, friends and family, that comes actually in between the Genesis T and Genesis Tie. The titanium scales are the same thickness as the Genesis Tie, but the blade stock thickness is the same thickness as the T. So essentially we're looking at another situation where everything is sort of 190 thousandths throughout. And I think Dirk said that there were maybe 4 ever made like this. I'm going to guess of those 4, they don't look... This is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Here's the crazy thing. These are not all the Medfords that Dirk's got. In fact, a quick look at Dirk's channel revealed to me that he somehow has managed to acquire many different Medfords with incredible finishes. We have a lot of Praetorians here, and this was a great opportunity for me to talk about the different... Because I'm a huge Medford fan, guys. If you were wondering, yeah, I love Medford knives. I love them. So this was an opportunity for me to check out a bunch of different models, a bunch of different weird stuff that I think is not always readily available to people looking into Medford knives. And give you guys some comparisons, right? There's going to be a bunch of reviews. There's going to be some discussion videos surrounding these guys. And I'm just really, really grateful for the opportunity. So again, Dirk Werning, thank you so much for doing this, guys. Seriously, go subscribe to his channel. Let's help him get to 1,000. He's got something incredible to give away. You guys can go check out his channel if you want to find out more about that. But I'm a fan, guys. I have subscribed and watch his content regularly. I'm very excited about his channel, and I think he's got some amazing stuff to offer to the knife community. So let's get him there. Let's get him there. Enjoy his content. Thank you so much, guys. That's going to be it for today's unboxing. I hope you enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I don't like. So check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.